Let me show you in this quick video a small variation in how we can create those structures and cut them out much faster. Also without having the problem you saw in the previous approach. So the main problem with what I showed you is that we have one object and then we have here a result of many arrays. So there's a lot of math going on. And there's actually one simple shortcut we can use. And that's actually a little bit similar and inspired also by the way how Fusion works. Because in Fusion we select the main body and then we add a Boolean modifier or the solid combine, and then we select all the tools and cut them out at once. And in a similar way I want to operate here. So let's actually delete this one, clear this out. And then let's take a look at what we have. So here we have, for example, all these modifiers, which I will remove. Let's go to the next one. Also here, let's remove all these modifiers. And those are okay. Good. Next step, we have to the front here add a cap, since we will use bmesh, so we need to have a volume. Okay, perfect. And because they're all linked together, you see those got all updated at the same time. Pretty nice. Good. Those maybe here, let's move over and line up. Okay, so these are now the baked results from our instance mesh. And what I will do now is I will take all those and then join them all together. I will actually Shift D, make a copy, add this one to fill that area. Okay, perfect. So either with those or we can make a copy. Let's say we want to play with elements a little bit more. So maybe I make a copy with them, move them to layer 7. And step 1 will be we have to make them all single users because you can see they all shared the data. This is not what we want. So object and then make single user object and data and select it only. Okay. Let's click this one. This is actually our center object, and then we can go object, join, and they're all now one object. So we have all this mesh, but it's just one object Blender has to work with. Also now I only have one modifier to control. So this is pretty nice. And if I bring this one over into Fusion, I can easily also do this, because in Fusion when we convert this to T-splines, T-splines will create us all individual objects which we then can use for the combine command. So let's give this a name. So maybe pattern 1. And let's go to here, select it, difference bmesh, pattern 1. Let's turn on visibility, and there's a little problem. So why is there a problem? Because our object is actually hollow. So if, for example, we give this a solidify modifier, I will do this actually in edit mode, you see, because then the Boolean commands are not calculated. I move this one up and let's see how this works there. Now, for example, we have a shell, as you can see, with all these patterns cut through. If I rather want to have just a solid object, then I might have to simply sharpen the front and fill it so it's something like this. And for example here now I add also all the handle parts in there. So now I have a quick study. So you see this actually works very reliable, and the bmesh Boolean operation works like a charm. It does exactly what we need, and if we go into edit mode and leave edit mode, it works also very fast.